Welcome to EAUN edition of EAU Podcast. In this first edition of the Special Interest Group of Endourology and Robotics, we are joined today by Anna Mohammed and Marta Marchetti.
Hi. Hi.
Anna is currently chairing the Special Interest Group in Endourology and Robotics with the help of Marta. Anna, Marta, could you please tell us more about yourself, your role, and day-to-day activities?
Hi, I'm Anna. A little bit about myself. So I am originally from Trinidad, came to the UK. I live in the UK 24 years ago, so a long time ago. Trained as a nurse in the UK. I was a theatre practitioner. A lot of people don't know that about myself. Moved to a theatre sister, and then now I'm a surgical care practitioner. So fancy term. In the UK, we are first assistants, mainly for robotic surgery, but I also do open surgery and lap surgery. Currently, I work at Cleveland Clinic London, where I am the robotic lead. So basically what that means is I sort out the robotic service in all its forms. I do all robotics, as well as my base, which is urology, but I do thoracic, colorectal, gynae, upper GI, you name it, I do it. So, not a bad thing. In my day-to-day, I assist in surgery as well as plan surgery, plan the theatre lists, do the data collection, all that jazz. I'm currently, obviously, the current chair for Endourology and Robotics, something I'm quite passionate about. But yeah, Martha?
Okay, very far from Anna. I have far less experience. So I'm Marta. I'm Italian. I moved to the UK a few years ago, 10 years ago. I'm a nurse as a background, and I was a nurse on the ward, on a urology ward at the beginning. Then I chose the theatre career. So I was in the operating room shortly after I moved to the UK. I started working as a scrub nurse in the operating room, doing many specialties. But my favorite was urology. And so I started doing endourology, inserting stents and treating bladder tumors with TURBT or doing TURP with the shaving of the prostate. And then I saw the robot, and I fell in love with it. And I saw the dynamics in theater between the first assistant and then the surgical care practitioner in the surgical field and in theater. And I thought, yeah, that's what I want to do. And so in the UK, they offer this master degree that qualify you for becoming a surgical care practitioner. And I became that, which is the equivalent of a first assistant, a surgical assistant in many other countries in Europe.
Well, thank you both. A very interesting career progression, I must say. Anna, I do believe you are the chair of the Special Interest Group. How did you end up chairing this special group?
Funny story that. I believe I volunteered. Not sure why. But, I was interested in learning more. I was interested in networking. I was interested in seeing what else was out there in terms of, yes, we do things differently in the UK. How do they do it in Europe? So I thought it was a good platform to kind of learn from one another, see what best practice is, and to share that knowledge. I think it ended up really well with me chairing it. When I first started, there was one person, and that was myself. But now we've got 11 members, so it's a party. We've all kind of joined. Everybody has their own kind of skill set, which is really good. So within the group, we have somebody who is really interested in endourology, so that's their baby. They do that. Martha and myself, we obviously love robotics, which is why we do it so often. So I think it's good for a group to have everybody with different skill sets, different mixes, different knowledge to share. So yeah, that's why I joined.
Well, as a member, I have to say that you set up a beautiful group. Yeah, we are 11 members growing. We are open to new members, but the atmosphere is about sharing your knowledge, your way of working, and we are trying to set up new standards and understanding each other practice to make it better.
Well, Marta, you just mentioned as a member, so I believe you are a member. Can you please walk our lovely listeners how to become a member?
Of course. Once I attended a conference, a EAUN conference, and I approached one of the board members saying that I wanted to be involved a little bit more with EAUN and share my experience. Nowadays, they have at every EAUN conference a booth for nurses. So you go there and there will be someone from the board or the special interest group that will direct you to your specialty, your interest. Or alternatively, you can send us an email. You go on the EAUN website under the session special interest group and you send us an email with saying that you are interested in joining us, and we will contact you back.
Thank you, Marta. This sounds straightforward. I'm very tempting to sign up, but unfortunately I don't have any medical background. Which brings me to my next question, which is the two W's. Who and why? And I believe this question for both of you, Anna and Marta. Who can be a member of your special interest group, and why should be tempting to join your special interest group?
I mean, really, anybody can join. Once you're a member of the EAUN, you've got to be a member of the EAUN. We do welcome anybody. Obviously, there's other special interest groups you might be involved in, but obviously, if you're passionate about endourology or robotics, this would be the place to be. We're a friendly group. We'd like to think that we bring a lot to the table, and our members get equal opportunity to talk at conferences and to kind of put this on their CV. And grow their network, which I think is a really good thing.
It's not just about being a nurse as well. I mean, it's open. If you are involved somehow in endourology or in robotics at any point, really you could join the group because you are telling us something about that specialty. So, you don't just need to be a nurse.
No. I think once you're involved and you're passionate, I think it's a good thing.
And that's the why, I guess. If you have an interest and you have something to tell us and you want to share how you do things and you want to learn how we do it and improve your practice, I think this is the group for you.
All right. Well, allow me to apologize for so many questions, but I have another why, which is why now? Why now you decided to run this podcast? I mean, obviously, this has been running for a while. But why now you started this podcast?
Well, that's a really interesting question. I think the way we live and the way people get access to information, times have changed. People, yes, they go to conferences, but it's becoming increasingly hard to go to conferences. I think it's a really good way to get bite-sized information into people. People are busy. On the way to work, you can listen to a podcast. I do that myself. I listen to podcasts on the way to work. And there's nothing by the EAUN, so why not? So we decided, let's start one. Let's get people talking. Let's get people more informed. And I think it's a good thing to share information and to be more personable. I think if you hear somebody's voice and you listen to somebody and you hear the passion in their voice, it gives a good direction of the person and what you want to achieve.
Yeah, I agree with you. It's more accessible. You can listen to it at any time, anywhere, really. Like on my way to work on the tube, that's what I listen to. I want to know more about other people that do my job and how they solve some of the same problem that we share.
Okay, amazing. I promise you, this is my last questions. The special interest group. What are you working on currently? What's the next steps? And what are your goals for 2025?
We are trying to emphasize the importance of nurses in both endourology and robotic surgery. We are trying to give light to the role in patient care and in the preparation of the patient for surgery, in the post-operative recovery time, as well as the intraoperative part of the robotic and endourology surgery.
I believe what we would like to do, especially in the future, we'd have obviously guest speakers and experts in their field. But I think what we truly want to do with this podcast is, yes, we will provide this. What we think, yes, might be a really great speaker. But what we would also ask for is, provide feedback in terms of who would you like to listen to? I mean, there's no point us kind of providing these things and you're like, well, I don't really want to hear that person. Who do you want to listen to? What do you want to learn? I think that's what we want. It has to be a two-way street. And generally, we would like more members. I mean,
yeah, definitely.
It's nice to have a bigger group, share knowledge, share best practice. So I think, we'd like to grow the group as well as, provide meaningful information. Because what we don't want is for it to just say, oh, it's just a podcast and it's in our own little world. But what we want is, to share it with everybody and just make it bigger. And see, nurses do really great things and they think they don't. And they're in their own little bubble. But share that, share what you do. You guys are amazing. We are amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed. Well, I would like to thank you both. Anna, Marta, thank you for joining today, and see you on the next one.
See you guys. Bye.